So moving on from there, where do you see the most practical applications of AI in HR, or from a recruitment or a learning perspective or employee engagement or analytics? Where do you see the biggest use of?
I think it's across. Like, I would not limit it to only one of these aspects or two of these aspects or three of this. Because in HR, if you look at it, if I'm talking about focused on HR, so HR has multiple functions. Like, so if I look at the entire life cycle, so it starts with identification of a resource. AI is powerful for this. Like, you are using tools today, like, you can just identify the resources who are fit for your job.
Absolutely.
You just put the entire requirement that is there, let it grow through the resumes, and it will give you the results. But there's a flip side to it also. Now people know how to make a resume.
And they're using AI to do that.
They're making AI to use that. So now what will happen is, while you're doing that part, you also know that there would be a bunch of CVs which are actually written by AI. And that will come to you. But then you have the second tool where you're doing the screening process. So in the screening process, it will go out. Or you have an algorithm designed within your organization, whether it can be a psychometric assessment or some other tool by which you will understand. So like, the individual may have used AI tool to write the CV. However, when he or she comes for a psychometric assessment, is sitting in front of you, would go through the psychometric assessment. Yes, I agree, there are smart people who would also be able to, skip that. But then that's the third level where it comes, is where your interaction comes in. There also you will have pointed questions coming to you. So that you exactly know. So the entire interview pattern. So after the selection is done, the person now joins in. So after in the joining process, you can say, what can you make this person feel wow about? So you can send the entire process of his, onboarding through an AI tool. So when the person joins in, so that day itself, he has his laptop ready. He has his joining kit ready. Don't you think that's a wow? So he will feel wow that, okay, I joined today and everything is ready. So that the onboarding is done. Now, after the onboarding, we need to have a development plan for him. So based on what the details have been fed in, that what he or she is, his educational qualification and his development phase till now, and what is the role requirement that you have, you can make a complete learning journey for him. And based on those learning journey, again, AI tool can be helpful to you and tell you that, okay, these are the programs that you should be going. So the journey for development is there. He would come for his appraisal. Now in appraisal also, you can put the entire mechanism and you can give him that, okay, this is completely arithmetic, mathematical that has been giving. So the manager has to just look at the behavioral part and not at this part. So the onboarding, to his process in the system, to the journey in the company, to his growth, everything is AI. Now tomorrow something happens and he decides to take a departure. At that time also, he will give you your exit interview. So the exit interview can actually get and feed it into the system, and it will give you tools. Why is people leaving? So I think the analytics part is going to be very, very strong. So data-driven decisions would be very strong. So these are the things that will happen. Earlier, what used to happen is, oh, I don't like this person. I have a gut feel about this person. So those words are no longer going to exist. It is going to be, there's a data. The data says that 87% of my people are leaving the organization because they find that their jobs are too heavy for them. Interesting. 32%, I'm just giving numbers. I'm just giving that the numbers are like 32% of your people find that the canteen food served to them is not enough.
It's very capable of.
It's quite capable.
True.
And I can go on. Like, all these data is what? So I think AI tools would help you to give data which is number driven, which is not having any emotion attached to it. It will tell you what the reality is. This is based on statistics. This is data driven. And that's going to be the future.
And even from a learning and development perspective, the entire journey, what would you say, how is AI, creating a big
So one that I told you about the training journey. Like, the learning journey would be there. So the learning journey is one part of it. The second part of it is, how much did I learn? The third part would be, is you learned, but did you apply? The fourth part would be, you applied, but you committed certain mistakes. But how can you be so sure that you won't commit this mistake again? So see, what is happening in corporate world, that everybody has to be like, I will never commit a mistake. It never happens. Reality is, you will commit mistake. The fact is that you will commit mistake, but you make your checks and balances so strong that you don't repeat this mistake further. That's the big thing. And that's what your AI tool is going to help you.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Now, from your perspective, which HR functions are most vulnerable to the automation bit, at least?
I think all of them. It's not only HR.
Right.
Any function is vulnerable to this, and anything can be done through AI. Anything that you name in today's world, everything is vulnerable. Right. But at the same time, let's not forget the department is human resource.
Right.
And this is my favorite subject. So where we talk about human, and like I've mentioned this earlier, also it's on my LinkedIn as well. And I keep saying that the word human is kind of broken down for us today. And it's amplified for us today. And I had mentioned this earlier also in many of my conversations. I'll try to bring it again here. So the human word is basically broken down into this 5 letters of HUMAN.
Right.
And let's not forget these qualities. So the 5 qualities are: H is humble. So H stands for being humble. So that's a quality that a human would have.
Right.
So the humility that one brings to table is something that will be your own.
True.
You is unique. Our fingerprint is as unique as possible.
Absolutely.
In fact, each finger is different from the other finger. So that unique are we as individuals. Then the M is we are motivated.
Right.
Like, do you find a machine motivated? Then robot comes and tells you, okay, I'm motivated to work 10 hours today.
Right.
Doesn't happen, but a human is motivated. So motivation is a big quality that has.
True.
The next one is agility. Like, humans are agile. So how agile are you in terms of a particular organization or particular situation or a particular, type of problem that you're facing? And last but not the least is N is nimble. Like how nimble are you? So I think let's not forget this quality. So while all the things would be there, but a human to human talk, a human to human conversation, a human to human, the psychological impact that one would have, that would always be there. And I think that will play a greater role. Like today you walk into an office and you smile for every individual who crosses you.
Right.
I think that is something only a human can do.
True.
A robot can give a plastic smile, but will that really excite you?
Right.
But then Joy walks up to you today and he frowns. Will that make you happy?
You'll definitely get the message. True.
So I think that's most important. So I think the emotions, the psychological space that we have with two individuals, I think that is something that is going to be valued more as we progress further.
Right.
Because I see some of the people who struggle in today's day because of the technology. So you have all the gadgets of the world, but then psychologically you're so far away. So you're sitting next to each other, but you don't know what to talk. So that's nothing but your psychological distance. Right. And that psychological distance, trust me, is a deep one. Right. You're quite far away from that person. So that's why you're not able to have an interaction. Otherwise, remember those days, at least when we were kids, when we used to meet with friends, our talk used to never end. Like, the day used to end, we used to say, din kaise khatam ho gaya? Like, how the day is over and we just started talking. So I think that's the difference that is coming and people need to realize that.